We're going to have some fun there with it. We're going to, I think we're going to scare the shit out of some people because they may not exactly like what we say, but we know it's from the heart, at least. Well, I don't know if it's from the heart.
Fuck them if they don't like what we have to say.
They go watch something else.
We got the scars to, prove our side of the story.
Well, yeah, we're not exactly going to be the most politically correct podcast because we're speaking from the heart. We're speaking from, well, again, I'll just say that
the manhood.
Well, call it manhood, but just call it but the reality. If the United States doesn't wake up,
yeah,
you might as well kiss.
We're going to be speaking Chinese and Mandarin.
Just kiss everything goodbye. I mean, people are beating their guns, but they're not holding people accountable. And that's where they need to start contacting their local politicians. Because, these are supposed to be elected officials. They're supposed to be servants to us, and they're not.
They're supposed to represent us. They don't represent us. They ignore us, and they're just working on their own fortune.
Yeah, that's where they just got to be. There's got to be just a little bit more of a correction, and I think there's got to be other prerequisites. I think that we need more business people that should actually be working for.
President Trump proved that.
Yeah, well, again, that's true because he's a guy that worked construction. He worked all kinds of different corporations. And that's those kind of people that we need in office because when you look at a lot of these guys, if they never ran something, how are they going to run the country? Right. Especially when you keep wanting to give money away or the way that they're building pork into a lot of people, our viewers right now, they may not understand what that word pork means. Right. Basically, what that means is, I'll put you in about a plain Jane type of English as I can. They're not just to be voting on one thing. They'll simply say, okay, we'll give you this, but we want all these other things that are never mentioned on a lot of these bills. And that's kind of the bullshit that should not.
They're hidden inside there.
It should just, everything should just stand on its own. Okay, if this is such a shitty deal, it gets canned, is what it should get done to it. But no, it will get passed because it will be attached to something else that you really want to get passed through. And then people start questioning, how did this other shitty bill get passed? Well, it was attached. A parasite, and that's where we got to simply start separating, get rid of the garbage that doesn't do America or Americans any good. Because again, I always tell people, if you want to live in a socialistic country, go ahead, go to another country, and you'll understand why is it that so many foreigners want to come to the United States, because the United States truly represents the land of opportunity.
And that's capitalism.
Yes, exactly. That is capitalism, because now they can pray to whoever they want to pray to. They can make a wage, and if somebody over here wants to be lazy and doesn't want to make any money, well, then that's on them. But in a socialistic country, it's kind of like you're paid to save, regardless if this guy is slowing down everything. You're the best widget maker in the world. I mean, it doesn't matter. In a socialistic type country, you're still always going to be paid to save. So here we got the opportunity to shine in so many different ways, but we have a bunch of turds that are supposed to be our leadership that are not leading us whatsoever. They're just looking at the short
their bottom
term.
line. They're trying to figure out how to steal for them. I mean, if you look at that $1 billion railroad system from San Francisco to LA, it's several years behind schedule now. It's $1 billion or more above, over budget, and it keeps going up and up. And you know who's running the construction company? Pelosi Construction. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Then we'll talk about term limits also at a different point in time. But I mean, if the president can only be a term for two back-to-back sessions, then a lot of these other lifetime politicians, they need to go bye-bye after 2 terms as well.
Well, the thing is, they said, well, that's called voting. Yeah, but these people aren't smart enough. These people aren't smart enough. The thing is, they make the rules. So how are they gonna limit their own opportunity to make more money?
Well, okay, we'll just beat this to death here right now in this process. What else can we go into here right now, Pam? Because it's you know, to me it's like you got me drinking over here now talking about politics. You know? I'm trying to drown my sorrows.